Today is 1090th day that I'm here to listen to learn. I'm learning. I hope this will support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today I want to ask a question. Imagine that you have the most powerful tool in your hands. Imagine that you have a crystal ball and you're able to see in that crystal ball every single future possibility for you. Imagine that you have that. What would you do with that crystal ball? How often would you use it? Every single week, every single day? How often would you see that crystal ball to just to look into that future, to your potential future? Every single month, maybe you will leave it behind. I don't want to look into future. That's so weird. Like I just throw it away, break it. How often would you use that powerful tool? I think that we need to realize that we already have that crystal ball. We already have that powerful tool, but for some reason we don't use it. We don't use such a powerful tool that we everyone have it. Because that tool, that crystal ball, is our visualization. We're able to visualize. We're able to look in those potential futures. I really love this saying. I really love it. Everything in life happens twice. First in your mind, second in real life. If you never thought about it, it'll never happen. How all the architecture is built. Of course, someone really thought about, painted, created, and then of course created in real life. So someone thought about it before everything. So everything around us is a thought. Someone thought about it and made it happen. So that means that we need to understand that we need to use our tool, we need to use our visualization to make things happen. There is so much that we're able to learn. I think that there is a beautiful lesson as well that a lot of times we think that we need to learn from the past. I think that sometimes we need to learn more from the future than from the past. So what do I mean by that? So it means that when you really look into yourself, look into that future, and look into that person that you want to become, I think that there is a lot of things that you're able to learn because past already happened. You're able to learn from mistakes, but the future, you look at what kind of person I will become, and what kind of person I will be, and what I need to learn from that person. What do I need to learn from that person? I think that's very powerful. And today I want to focus on three things that we need to understand. We need to work to understand about really using that power of visualization, looking in that future, and really learning from that future. So number one is visioning. So really be able to foresee things, imagine things, because of course when you're able to see that, of course that is a very very powerful thing. So when you think about in the first thing is that we need to really envision scenarios. So you have potentially paths, three paths, five paths, and you really look into okay, which path will I choose, and be able to look into if I take this path, what potential that could lead to. I think that is a very powerful thing when you're looking into chess. The best chess players know 5, 10 steps ahead. And we understand that one move to other direction creates extra 10 steps to different directions. So it means every single your action opens so many different opportunities where your life could lead you. Now, of course, if you never visualize a success, you will not be able to see 10 steps ahead, 5 steps ahead, 3 steps ahead. Sometimes we're able to see only one step ahead because we didn't build that skill set to use that tool. Because visualization and being able to see in the future is a skill set. It's a skill set. It's a 100% skill set. So when you practice, you see a one step ahead, then you see 2 steps ahead, then you start to see 3 steps ahead, and it is a long-term skill set development thing that we need to do every single day. I used to do that as well. I used to develop the skill set very, very often. And I realized that I didn't use that tool for last year as much as I used to. And I want to go back to. And that's why I'm making this lesson because it's such an important thing. Being able to visualize success and take actions based on that success, based on that future that we want to achieve. Because there are so many things that we're able to learn from the future. So that means we're able to identify the patterns, we're able to identify the identity, we're able to identify the values. So that means that all those things, identity, values, skill sets, all those things need to be based on the future of yourself, not of the past. I think that is the key why there is so many people who are keep doing the same mistake, same thing over and over again because they base their actions on their past behavior, on their past skills, on their past identity, on their past ways of doing things. But now when you implement and use your powerful tool of visualization and say, okay, what kind of person I am in the future? What kind of beliefs do I have? What kind of values do I have? What kind of identity do I have? And then bring those values, bring those beliefs to current moment, present moment. And if you're not able to do that yet regarding the skill sets, because values a lot of times we're able to bring right away, almost right away. Skill sets not, but to be able to say, if I want to achieve that, if I want to have that skill set, what what do I need to do? So that means that we're able to really consult with your future self. That's a beautiful thing. I think that is a very powerful thing. You're able to consult with your future self. You're able to have a conversation with your future self and ask, what did you do to achieve that skill set? What did you do? And it might be that you will get some answers that you never thought that you could get from your future self. It's a very, very powerful tool to have a conversation with your future self. Now, of course, that could be done with a past self as well, when we have our traumas and heal them, and we can be the big brother that we needed in the past. But we are able to learn from the future self. We're able to be that little brother that asks for a bigger brother for help. And that's a beautiful thing. Now, second thing that we is very important, but really besides visualizing all the possibilities, all the identities. So this is where the actually success are the strategic actions. That means we need to really look into okay. So and already you have a conversation with yourself. So really backwards. Okay, what kind of actions did you take to really, that could lead to this success, that will lead to these values, lead those beliefs, lead to that identity, lead to those skill sets. And when you're able to really go backwards, you start to, okay, this is my first step, and let's take it, let's get there. Let's develop something that could allow me to achieve the thing that I want. But if we want to achieve that, if we want to become that future selves, that means that we need to use experimentation. As I said, that a lot of times when we think about the future, there is every single step, every single action could have 10 different opportunities where that could lead to. I really experiment and see, okay, if I take this kind of action, I see that's where it leads. Because I think that we always need to start asking questions. And needs to be a very, very common question. And my mom was amazing at that. When I said that, okay, I want to do this one and I want to do this one. Like, mom, like, what do you feel I should do? And my mom always used to ask, I think that she always used to have some opinions on what they're supposed to do, but she never said what they're supposed to do. And she always asked, like, okay, if we do this one for next couple years or next year, what will happen? What will happen? And I said, okay, well, I think that this is what happen. Okay, so if you do other option, what do you feel will happen then? I think that conversation with myself about potential possibilities, and you see this potential possibility and this potential possibility, you start to be able to really make rational, better choices because you visualize potential success and you choose better success because a lot of times we choose path based on the current station rather than the future station. I think that that's a key distinction, key difference that we need sometimes to really ask. Okay, when I think I need to be based on future opportunity and future potential rather than current limitations or current obstacles. And that's a big, big, big key. That's why people who really uh, achieve massive success, they really choose their actions based on future potentials. And of course, that means that we need to really start implementing today. And last thing, what we need to understand about really learning from the future is that adaptation and growth. Adaptation and growth. That means that there is present you and there is future you. There is present you and future you. That means there's some gap. And if we want to make sure that we're able to achieve that future selves, that means there will be some growth. There's an adaptation to be. And it's very, very important to understand that we able to really learn resilience from our future. Because when you're able to visualize yourself, when you see yourself being that person that you are feeling very accomplished. Now, of course, we understand that we are perfect. We are content with who we are right now, but we want to be better. We want to become stronger because I think that we always need to seek something better, not from lack, but from content. That means I'm happy who I am, but I want to develop myself. I want to improve myself. I want to become the best version of myself. And that's a success because when we execute based on abundance, of course, it's much easier to attract abundance. But when we really execute on of lack, it's very hard to attract anything less than lack. So I think that that's when we think about the future, we need to really understand that there are so many lessons hidden in the future. As long as you're willing to really discuss and really look into and reflect, write down, journal things. Okay, what do I see in the future? And that vision, that picture of the future will change every single year, every single month after your presence gives you feedback of that possibility of the future. So that means that's like we have a future, we have actions that we need to execute, and we for a month, 2, 3 months, we execute on that action on that path. And that means that there will be some kind of feedback on those actions, and that feedback will give feedback for your future self. So I hope that you will find that useful, that you have the most powerful tool, a learning tool, and that is crystal ball in your mind, and you're able to use it every single day. Every single day you're able to use it. And I think that as I started in it, that sometimes we think that a powerful tool somewhere is outside of us. But there's a lot of powerful tools inside of us, and we know when we know that, we're able to use it for our own benefit. So I hope you choose to win and see you tomorrow.